Good morning from the Pacific Crest Trail. This is Steve with my hiking buddy Chris.
Good morning.
And Gino.
Morning.
And today the three amigos are on a point-to-point hike. We just left the Sourdough Pass parking lot. We're heading over this way. There's Highway 410 below us. We're going to take the PCT north to Sheep Lake, Sourdough Gap, then a connector trail into Mount Rainier and down to Crystal Lakes and back down to the Crystal Lakes trailhead. So fun hike, about 7.5 miles, a little before 6, and it's a chilly 45 degrees. So hope you enjoy this one. Thanks for hiking with us. We made it to Sheep Lake. As you can see, it's a little bit breezy this morning, keeping the bugs away, which is nice, keeping the temps cool. And there's one tent over to our left. I saw another one behind us. We're going to make a traverse over this way, and then we're going to climb up to that ridge, and right there at the low point is where Sourdough Gap is. So we will look back down on Sheep Lake. So we're going to take a short break here, and we'll catch you up at the gap. Well, a little over an hour ago, we started right there at Sourdough Pass, the parking lot. A little hazy this morning, can kind of see Mount Adams there. Trail makes kind of switchbacks up to the Sourdough Gap and makes a traverse to the east, which we're on, and then we're going to swing around and make the long trek over to the west. So can't see Sheep Lake yet. It is down below us here in this area. Saw 4 tents at the lake this morning, so a few people there. Okay, we're going to go around the corner here and then begin the long traverse west. We'll check in up at Sourdough Gap, or maybe before if we have a view of Sheep Lake. So as you climb up to Sourdough Gap, you get this brief view of Mount Rainier, and when you see it, you're pretty dang close, under 5 minutes away. Gap's right up the trail here. We'll check in up there. In fact, I can see it from here. That rock wall. And below us, before I depart, is Sheep Lake, right down there. We'll have better views of the gap though, so check in a little bit. So I was trying to shoot that from down below. The trail traverses west, and suddenly you hit this big rock wall. Can't go any further. I'm going to make a 180 to the east. And here's the gap. Literally a gap in the rocks in the ridgeline. Let me show it to you. Sourdough Gap, and it is blowing up here. We're going over that way. Holy smokes. Zoom in on Sheep Lake for you. Came out of the gap, it's blowing so hard up there. I'm guessing you probably can't hear me on the video, but that's Sheep Lake where we came from. Way off over there, you can see Highway 410. Mount Adams, hazy skies in the distance. My friend Chris, what do you think of this so far?
Fantabulous.
Fantabulous. It is a great hike up to the gap here, but it is blowing at that gap. Holy smokes. So we're going to take a break here, and then we'll head over in the sunshine and the wind to Crystal Lakes. We'll check in a bit. We're heading north into a windstorm. Holy smokes, it's blowing. Chris took his hat off. It was blowing away. Okay, we'll check in when we enter Mount Rainier National Park. Stand by. So we did the short connector trail between the PCT and Mount Rainier National Park, crested the ridge, and we're on the way down to Crystal Lakes, and this is the view from up above, high above Mount Rainier, and that is Crystal Peak. Right over the trail goes this way, and right ahead of us we're going to have a view of Crystal Lakes over this little rise here, so I'll film again in a little bit, but kind of a hazy morning, guys. We'll check in a little bit with a view of Crystal Lake, Upper Crystal Lake. Got a trifecta here. Upper Crystal Lakes, Crystal Peak, Mount Rainier. Quite a view from up here above the upper lake. Wind has abated somewhat from once we crossed over to this side. Very windy this morning on the east side of the crest here. Still a little breezy, but not as bad as the other side. We're going this way. We'll check in a few more times on the way down to the lake. As you descend from the ridge line, you get fewer views of Mount Rainier. It starts to disappear behind Crystal Peak as we are heading down this way toward Crystal Lake. So just keep that in mind. If you ever go up there, best views are up at the top of the ridge. Still a few flowers blooming today. Not a lot, but a few. Okay, we'll check in down at the lake. We made it off the ridge from up there to Upper Crystal Lake. A little bit of a breeze, but not as bad as it was on the other side of the ridge. You can see a little bit of ripple in the lake. Crystal Peak has blocked Mount Rainier from view. Last time we were up here, gosh, was it June? There was quite a bit of snow on the far hillsides over there. So as you can see today, no snow left, mid-August. Okay, we're going to take a break down below here and at this end of the lake where the campsites are, and we'll check in a little while. So we came from that U-shaped low spot up there on the ridge. Trail goes over this way, descends very steeply down here to the lake. We can hear some campers over to our right at one of the camp spots. Your voices carry, so I'm going to try to be quiet here. But really beautiful morning, and the three of us were saying how much we like this hike, kind of going one way for a change. So a little before 8 o'clock, we made good time, 2 hours from Chinook Pass to here, so probably another hour and a half down to Gino's car at the Crystal Lakes Trailhead via the Crystal Lakes Trail. So we'll check in a couple times on the way. We haven't seen anybody. Like I said, we've heard some campers, but no one's on the trail except the three amigos this morning. So we will check in a while. As we approach the trailhead off of Highway 410, this is Steve checking in one final time. Didn't film much coming down from the lakes as I filmed it before, but we only saw 4 hikers. Quiet morning. It's about 9:15, so good time for us. About 3 hours and 15 minutes, point to point. And really enjoyed this one. No bugs today. Cool temps. A bit breezy on the east side of the ridge, but not too bad on this side. We've been in the shade almost the whole way. So last week, if you remember, Burroughs Mountain, Gino and I were in the sun most of the day, so quite a change. So anyway, Crystal Creek is on my right. We're going to cross it. And next week, something down here on the east side of Rainier. Don't know what yet, but we'll figure out something. So Crystal Creek in the summer doesn't have a lot of water flowing. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. We did. One of our favorites. Until next week, thanks for hiking with us.